Let me ask you something. When was the last time you saw a TikTok about someone getting rich from a skip hire company, or a YouTube video celebrating a guy who owns 20 vending machines in office buildings across Manchester? Or an Instagram reel about a woman who built a $400,000 business cleaning restaurant kitchens at night? You haven't, because nobody is making that content. And that silence, that complete lack of noise around these businesses, is exactly where skilled migrants in the UK are quietly building the kind of wealth that most people only dream about. My name is Gabriele, a successful immigrant investor, and today I'm going to give you the most practical, most actionable, most real guide to building cash flow as a skilled migrant in the UK in 2026. Not theory, not motivation, actual businesses, actual numbers, actual links. Let's start with the truth nobody wants to say out loud. You move to the UK, you're earning in pounds. The salary looks good on paper, but by the end of every month, something doesn't add up. You're earning more than you ever did back home, and somehow you're still not building anything. That is not an accident. That is a system working exactly as designed. The UK economy is built to absorb your income. Rent, transport, subscriptions, lifestyle inflation. It will take everything you earn if you let it. Here is the number that should wake you up right now. As of early 2026, UK inflation is sitting at 3.2%. The average easy access savings account is paying 2.12%. That means if your money is sitting in a standard savings account, which is where most immigrants put it because it feels safe, you are losing money in real terms every single month. Not losing it dramatically, quietly, invisibly, like a slow leak in a tire you don't notice until you're stranded on the motorway. According to data published in 2025, the average UK adult holding savings has lost $2,989 in real purchasing power between 2020 and 2025. The money is still there in the account, but it buys less, it builds less, it does less. And here is the part that matters most for you specifically. The skilled worker visa threshold in the UK is $41,700 per year. That means every single person reading this who came to the UK on a skilled worker visa is earning at minimum $41,700. Most of you are earning significantly more, and yet, statistically, most of you are saving less than 10% of your income. Not because you are reckless, because expenses in this country scale faster than awareness. Your lifestyle upgrades before your mindset does. You adapt to the environment before you understand it. So what do you do instead? You stop thinking of money as something you save. You start thinking of money as something you deploy. Every pound sitting idle in a savings account is an employee on permanent unpaid leave. The people who actually build wealth in the UK, immigrant or otherwise, treat capital like a workforce. You put it to work, it generates income, you reinvest that income, it generates more. Let me show you exactly what this looks like in practice. The most accessible first move is a stocks and shares ISA. Tax-free, legal, available to any UK resident. You open one on InvestEngine at investengine.com. They charge 0 platform fees for DIY investing. And you buy a single fund called the iShares MSCI Target UK Real Estate ETF, ticker UKRE. This fund holds 26 UK REITs across logistics, offices, student accommodation, and food retail. It currently yields 7.2% annually paid to you regularly. You can start with one tile, there's no minimum, no complexity, no excuses. Alternatively, Trading212 at trading22.com gives you the same access through a mobile app, charges 0 commission, and lets you invest from $1 into the same ETFs. Or if you want the cheapest long-term platform, Vanguard Investor at vanguardinvestor.co.uk charges just 0.15% platform fee capped at $375 per year. Compare that to your savings account paying 2.12%, and the difference is immediate and obvious. But let us go deeper, because ETFs are just the beginning. Property is the vehicle that most UK wealth is built on. But you do not need to own a house to access property returns right now. Fractional property lending platforms let you act as the bank. You lend money secured against UK property developments and earn the interest that banks would normally keep for themselves. Crowd Property at crowdproperty.com has funded over 832 million in UK property projects and backed the development of nearly 3,000 homes. You can start investing in individual property loans from just $50, returns of 7 to 9% annually paid regularly, FCA regulated. Shojin at Shojin.com operates a co-investment model where Shojin itself puts its own money into every deal alongside yours. That alignment of interest matters enormously. Targets of 8-12% annually, minimum $5,000. LoanPad at loanpad.co.uk lets you start from $10 in property-backed lending, earning up to 6.5% gross annually. Your capital is automatically spread across multiple loans to reduce risk. These are not speculative investments. Your money is secured against physical UK property. If the borrower defaults, the property can be sold to recover your capital. That is a fundamentally different risk profile to putting money in a startup or buying crypto. Now let us talk about private credit, because this is where 2026 is creating opportunities that simply did not exist 5 years ago. Private credit has gone mainstream. It is no longer just for hedge funds and family offices. Cufflink at cufflink.com has processed over 135 million in loans and offers average annual returns between 6% and 7.2%. They invest 5% of their own capital into every loan on a first loss basis, meaning if a loan goes bad, Cufflink loses money before you do. Minimum $100. ProPlend at ProPlend.com has paid $33 million in interest to lenders with just $40,000 in total losses across its entire history. One of the strongest track records in UK peer-to-peer lending. Returns of 7 to 9% annually. Minimum $500. Now here is where it gets interesting for migrants specifically, because beyond financial instruments, the UK is full of physical businesses that generate steady, predictable cash flow. Businesses that educated professionals overlook entirely because they are not glamorous enough to talk about at dinner parties. Let us start with vending machines. Tubbs Brands at tubesbrands.com is a UK vending franchise. You buy a starter pack of tower vending units, place them in office buildings, gyms, waiting rooms, and apartment complexes, restock them every 1 to 2 weeks, and collect the income. Machines cost $2,000 to $6,000 for a starter pack. Each machine in a good location generates $200, $500 per month. 10 machines generating $400 each equals $4,000 a month. Largely passive. No staff, no leases, no drama. Coin a Drink at coinadrink.co.uk supplies standalone smart vending machines from $1,200, $3,000 each. You own the machine outright and keep 100% of the income. The goal, according to industry benchmarks, is 5 machines generating at least $400 each per month within the first year. Next, self-storage. Nobody talks about self-storage as a business because it is completely unglamorous. You rent space, people put things in it, they pay every month, they forget about it, and your profit margin sits at an average of 41%, one of the highest in any real estate sector. That figure comes from multiple industry reports and is consistently quoted across the sector. The average annual return on investment for a self-storage facility is 8 to 12%, already better than most savings and investment products. But the real money is in the margins. A 50-unit facility at $100 per unit per month at 85% occupancy generates $51,000 per year in revenue. Largely automated. Customers self-serve, you collect the income. If you want to start without buying a facility, list any unused space you own on Stashbee at stashbee.com. A garage, a spare room, a driveway with space behind the car. People pay $100, $400 per month to store things. You list it, they pay, you do nothing. If you want to invest in self-storage without any operations at all, buy shares in SafeStore Holdings, ticker SAFE on the London Stock Exchange, or Big Yellow Group, ticker BYG, through any investment platform. Both are UK-listed REITs paying dividends from self-storage revenue. Now let us talk about the business that every city in the UK runs on and nobody outside of it ever considers. Waste management. Commercial waste collection operates on long-term contracts. Once you sign a restaurant, an office block, a construction company, or a school to a waste collection contract, they renew year after year. The switching rate is almost zero because changing waste contractors is an operational headache nobody wants. Entrepreneurs entering the waste services space in 2026 are attracted by exactly this dynamic: recurring revenue and low customer turnover, creating a highly predictable cash flow business. Commercial, construction, and electronic waste are among the fastest growing sectors, driven by the UK government's stricter recycling mandates and rising landfill taxes. You can start by registering as a licensed waste carrier on gov.uk, buying a van and targeting house clearances at $150, $400 per job. You can partner with Business Waste at businesswaste.co.uk as a subcontractor, where they supply the contracts and you handle local collection. Or you can buy an existing skip hire business with vehicles, licenses, and contracts already in place through rightbiz.co.uk or daltonsbusiness.com. A skip hire business with 5 vehicles can generate over $500,000 annually, not because it is exciting, because rubbish never stops being produced. Then there is pest control. Every single restaurant in the UK is legally required to have a pest control contract. Every hotel, every school, every NHS building, every food storage facility. This is not optional, this is regulation. That means the market does not fluctuate with the economy. You do not need to convince anyone that they need pest control. You simply need to be the person providing it. Pestforce at pestforce.co.uk offers an exclusive territory franchise from $14,995 Full training, a van setup, and a territory with no other pest force operators competing against you. Annual earnings of $40,000 and $90,000 as an operator. If you want the global brand behind you, Rent-A-Kill Initial, the world's largest pest control company, offers franchises from $25,000 at rentakill.co.uk franchise. Build a base of 50 commercial clients on monthly contracts at $300 per client, and you have $15,000 per month in recurring revenue. The business, after 5 years, is worth $500,000, $1 million based on the contracted income alone. Commercial cleaning works the same way, not domestic cleaning. B2B commercial cleaning. Offices, schools, hospitals, government buildings. These clients pay on monthly invoices. They sign 12 to 36 month contracts. They almost never switch providers if the service is reliable. Janny King at jannyking.co.uk is one of the world's largest commercial cleaning franchises. Franchise from $8,995, one of the lowest entry points in UK franchising. They provide you with contracts from day one. Filter Group at filtergroup.com franchise specializes in deep commercial kitchen cleaning. Every restaurant legally must do this regularly. Franchise from $25,000 with annual earnings of $60,000, $120,000. You can also bid for government cleaning contracts directly through findtender.service.gov.uk, where NHS sites, councils, and schools post public tenders that any registered company can bid on. Now let us talk about something that most skilled migrants completely overlook. Parking. If you own or rent a property with a driveway in any UK city or town, you have an asset generating zero income right now that could be generating $100, $500 per month. List it today on JustPark at justpark.com or Your Parking Space at yourparkingspace.co.uk. Free to list. They handle the booking, the payment, the customer. You receive a monthly transfer. A parking space in London earns $200, $500 per month. Manchester, Birmingham, and Leeds, $80, $200 per month. If you want to go further, buying a parking space in a city centre car park costs $20,000, $80,000 and yields 7 to 10% annually. Better than most buy-to-let with none of the landlord headaches. Electronics repair is another sector hiding in plain sight. Every cracked iPhone screen is a customer. Every laptop that will not turn on is a customer. Every tablet with a dead battery is a customer. The UK has hundreds of millions of devices in active use, and people consistently choose to repair rather than replace when money is tight, making this business more profitable during economic downturns, not less. You can start a mail-in repair service from home for $2,000, $5,000 in tools and parts, market on Google and Facebook Marketplace, and build to a shopfront. iSmash at ismash.com franchise offers a premium tech repair franchise from $50,000 with high street locations and strong brand recognition. Or buy an existing repair shop with established Google reviews on rightbiz.co.uk for $15,000, $80,000 and hire a technician to run it while you manage the business. And finally, the one that makes people laugh until they hear the numbers: portable toilet hire. Construction sites across the UK are legally required to provide sanitation facilities for workers. Events need them, festivals need them, outdoor weddings need them. You buy a fleet of portable toilet units. Second-hand units cost $200, $500 each, and hire them to construction companies, event organizers, and local councils at $80, $300 per unit per week. 20 units deployed at $150 per week each generates $3,000 per week. A fleet of 50 units generating $150 per week equals $390,000 per year in gross revenue. After driver wages and maintenance costs, you are looking at $100,000 and $200,000 in net annual profit from an asset that most people will not even consider because it is not Instagram worthy. Here is the truth that ties all of this together. The UK economy is not going to build wealth for you. Your employer is not going to build wealth for you. Your savings account is definitely not going to build wealth for you. Not at 2.12% against 3.2% inflation. The migrants who win financially in this country are not the ones earning the most. They are the ones who deploy what they earn into assets and businesses that generate income while they sleep. They start with what they have: a driveway listed on JustPark, $100 in an ETF on Invest Engine, $50 in a crowd property loan, $10 in a loan pad account, and they build from there systematically, intentionally, and without waiting for the perfect moment. Every single link I have mentioned in this video is in the description below. Every platform, every franchise, every investment site. Go there, read the risk warnings, start small, start now. Because the question was never whether the UK is a good place to build wealth. The question is whether you are going to use it